Hello again, IB Psychology students, and welcome to the starter activity for the reliability of memory topic. Okay, so this topic on the reliability of memory is with the theory that we're going to focus on is going to be reconstructive memory. It also fits in to the work that you've done on schema theory. So if you've done some work where you looked at the way that schemas can interfere with memory, this is also this topic is relevant to that as well. So if I asked you this question, how confident are you that you have a reliable memory? What score would you give yourself? Would you say that you are not at all confident, that you think you probably forget everything all the time? Or that you're pretty confident actually that you have a reliable memory? If you were a witness in court, an eyewitness to a crime, you would be confident that you have, that what you saw is the truth, that you have a good memory. You are not going to be persuaded that you didn't see what you say you saw. So give yourself a score from 1 to 10. Okay, and at this point your teacher may wish to pause this video and talk to you about the scores you have given yourself and what you base those scores on. So if the teacher wants to pause the video here, obviously they can. Now, what if I asked you what you had for dinner last night? You'd be able to tell me? Have a think. Tell each other. What did you have for dinner last night? What if I asked you what you did during the summer holidays 2 years ago? A bit longer than last night. Are you able to remember? Can you remember some of the detail of that holiday? Or maybe you didn't go on holiday, maybe you worked, maybe you just stayed at home. Think about some of the details and maybe pause the video here and have a chat about that. Are you sure the details that you've remembered about dinner last night and your holiday, or what you did during the summer holidays 2 years ago, is reliable? Is it accurate? Is it detailed? Would you put money on it? Would you say that definitely happened? Positive? I know some of you will be. Some of you will be absolutely positive that the details of your summer 2 years ago and your dinner last night, or maybe even last week, you're positive that you have got a good memory of those things. Very impressive. I'm very impressed. You clearly have a reliable memory. Excellent. Okay, what if I asked you about the crime that took place 30 seconds after you met a group of friends in the pub? You're thinking, hang on, what pub? What friends? What crime? What's the matter with her? Why is she asking us these questions? I don't know what she's talking about. Just back up the truck a bit. You were there. You went to meet some friends in a pub, and 30 seconds after you met them, someone was attacked with a broken glass in that pub, just close to where you were standing. Oh, sorry, I thought you said you had a reliable memory. Well, you seem to be struggling with this. So what we'll do is, we'll prove. You got to prove to me that you have got this reliable memory that you said you had. Okay, well, let's see then. Okay, so you've given yourself a rating of 1 to 10. You think you got a good memory, eh? So you think you got a good memory. Now is the time to prove it. You saw an image. It was the second slide in. I only showed it for probably 2 seconds, maybe 3. But that is enough time for a crime to happen and for you to miss it. But for you to then say, oh, I must have seen it, I was there, or I did see it, I was there, or to give some kind of witness statement. So the police are asking you, okay, you were there, you were very close to the attack. What colour was the tallest man's hair? Okay. Not necessarily the man who attacked anybody, but there was the tallest man in that picture. What colour was his hair? Write it down now. How many bottles of beer were on the table? Quite a crucial bit of evidence, this. Write down your answer. What was the group looking at? at your group of friends that you went to meet in the pub. You know that group? Yeah, and then 30 seconds later there was an attack. What were they looking at? How many females were there? Very important that we establish this because the police aren't clear as to whether it was a male or a female who attacked the person in the pub with a glass. They need to rule some people out of their inquiry. So you have to report how many females were there. Remember, this happened 30 seconds after you arrived at the pub. You're feeling confident? You're feeling good about your answers? Let's find out. Oh, these have slightly come in the wrong order, but never mind. So the answer is the tallest man's hair was a reddish, ginger, strawberry blonde colour. There were 0 bottles on the table and they were looking at a phone. And there were 2 females. So have a look, see how many of those answers you got correct. And clearly, if you got 4 of them correct, you have a reliable memory. You would be a good witness. Because I didn't show you that image for very long. Let's just backtrack and we'll have a quick look at it, should we? Let's have a look at that image again. There we are. Reddish hair, isn't it? Strawberry blonde, if you want to use that term. You can see there are 2 females. You can see they are looking at a phone. There are no bottles of beer on the table. Now that is a crucial bit of evidence because a bottle of beer could have been involved in the attack. It might have been a glass, it might have been a glass bottle. If you were to say, well actually I think there were 3 or 4 or 2 or 1 or 11 or whatever bottles of beer on that table, that's false evidence. You have just provided false evidence. You probably don't realise it's false. You have supplied that detail because it fits in with your schema, doesn't it, for pub? Pubs sell bottles of beer. So the fact that I've asked you about bottles of beer doesn't seem beyond the bounds of credibility because people drink beer in pubs. But if the police are asking you this and you are convinced that there were bottles of beer on that table and there weren't any, you could have just helped to put the wrong person in the frame for the crime. Yeah? So this is kind of the point of this task here, is to make you think about the fact that you can be convinced that you've seen something and it's not there. You can tell the police, you can give eyewitness testimony to the police and in court and be absolutely confident, and your memory is fallible. It is unreliable. And as you go through this topic, you may well be looking at eyewitness testimony and the danger of being overly confident about eyewitness testimony and how information provided after an event can alter your memory or suggest that you saw or heard something that you didn't. This is a great topic. You're going to love it. Okay, bye for now.